So let me say this before I take my nap. So when people said Comics Explained is race, I'm gonna explain two things. I'm gonna explain Comics Explained. Comics Explained had this fight before. I think his audience, it was like around the first time Trump became president. He had this channel where he would go over his political views. His like he had a his girlfriend, his first girlfriend broke up with him over the phone. We're not gonna go over that anymore. I'm just saying that he discussed this on his personal page. Okay, discuss all his political views on his personal page. He's always been centrist. That personal page is buried within the algorithm because he hasn't posted, right? He hasn't posted anything. The problem I have with him is he's calling Milestone Fubu. That's not cool. Like the way he always has a tint. Like he always had a tint or like a kind of like disdain for or not a disdain, a kind of tint. I would say tint to Milestone. That's kind of what to me that's unnecessary. Like oh, it's kind of uppity. He didn't like it. You can unlike. This is what I feel. You cannot like something and not have like a tint to it. Like have a attitude about it. You know. But going back to the political thing for a minute, here's the problem you all have. This is the problem that we have. His personal page has been silent. He hasn't posted there in 4 years. He said it himself. He hasn't been posting there for 4 years. Cool. But on that personal page has all the information like his political views, his personal relationships, him meeting Mariah, all this. Like all this stuff. All this stuff was already there. And like it was like you could access it all the time. I think you could still access it on his page, I think. You just have to scroll down and whatever. They used to have channels. You know how YouTube used to have channels that you would like okay, all your friends will be on your channel, all the people you were subscribed to will be on your channel. They took that away. So that was kind of stupid in my mind because like that way you can show your channels that you have, your extra channels, extra form of income, and say, hey, this is where my channels are. This is my viewpoints on this. This is my viewpoints on this. Like he had a personal page just called Rob, whatever. I forgot what it's called, but he had a personal page. So I used to be subscribed to him for I think 6 years. Then I guess I grew older over it, right? So I saw his personal page. I was such a big fan. I would go to his personal page, watch him for finance, get some ideas about finance and stuff, and watch it. But now it's like I don't know where the Trump supporter thing came from. I get, I get what the Instagrammer, what's his name, Spawn Legacy. I get where he's coming from. You kind of saying that Fubu having a derogatory, not even derogatory, kind of a like uppity nose, turning your nose up to a milestone, turning your nose up to. I don't know anything about Fubu, but they did turn up to the nose about that culture. Turning your nose, yeah, turning up to the nose to milestone. It's like it's kind of weird. It kind of put that was kind of different. That was like okay, I kind of thought about that. He does turn his nose up to milestone. You cannot like something and still respect it, right? That's why I feel like he should have done it. He should have said, "Hey, I don't personally like Milestone comics, but I respect what they have done." I personally have read Milestone. That's a lot for me to take in, to see all of this stuff, to see. But it's also good to see Icon, where he's like an alien, comes from Earth, adopts a black identity, absorbs a black identity, and he becomes super ultra wealthy. He works so hard. That was so cool. And then puts blinders on his eyes. Whatever. We're not going to get into that. Back to Comics Explained. It's like people call him a Trump supporter. He's not a Trump supporter. He turns his the thing that's his kind of problem is he turns his nose up to Milestone. That's the only thing I disagree with. But he's been doing that for years. And I think people are kind of getting tired of him doing that. Like, you can dislike something. Again, I'll repeat this again. Rob, if you're watching this, if you could dislike Milestone without turning your nose up to it. That's what I'm saying. That's what I thought. Blurred was coming from, right? What was blurred was coming from was like, oh, you turning your nose up to Dwayne McDuffie, what he's been through, like what he's helped out. He's the one he's the pioneer of Milestone, right? Dwayne McDuffie. Turning your nose up to him, that's disrespectful. I didn't see it that way. He always has his he respects Dwayne McDuffie and all his stuff. His channel is not like pro minority or pro stuff. I think with Board of Comics and the Blurred with Blurred and him have like the Blurred had a perspective of Rob that Rob didn't dissuade right away, and Rob didn't know about it. You know, that's all it is. They two have to figure out that relationship if they want to. I don't know. I don't know. But while I'm just saying to wrap this up, I agree with this guy on Instagram. What he said, um, disrespecting or putting down Milestone is not okay. That's not good, bro. That's not your cup of tea. But at the same time, you could just like respect it and not watch. I don't read Milestone. I'm not sitting here disrespecting it either. So, all right, like, comment, follow.